And I'll go over a little bit more about that later, but
Gotcha.
you definitely don't need to have a whole bunch of experience before going in. The more important thing, in my opinion, is being readily available to learn, and being, because that's what college is all about. It's not about learning technical skills or about math or science. I mean, it is a little bit, but you need to learn how to learn, basically.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Hi, everybody.
People are trickling in.
Marie.
Hi, Mitch.
Janice is here too.
Yeah. Hi, Janice.
Janice is here too. Very nice. Very nice.
Dylan.
Janice is just like an amazing person. I get so excited when I first
Hey,
I'm like, yay, Janice is here.
it's me.
Hi, Dylan. How are you doing?
Nice.
Just
So cool.
I somehow woke up from a nap.
Oh, naps are the best.
Yeah. Too bad I didn't get any work done
It
during
was like
it.
a really long nap. It's okay. Energized to work after the meeting.
About 2 o'clock.
Dang, that's a pretty good nap. To like 5:30.
Damn, bro.
About 5-ish, yeah.
Sweet.
Damn, Dylan. Are you not like groggy? Every time I take a nap like that, I'm groggy. I'm like.
Oh,
I'm like,
you don't hear me right now?
you wanna turn on your camera? We'll see like Dylan after he's done napping.
He's not
I'd have to
his,
open up the
his
laptop.
usual excited self, you know.
Yeah.
I'll chip her up in a minute, hopefully.
Go get some coffee, dude. It's early.
All right.
Yeah, it's only 5:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're missing. I know that Ishella is going to be a little bit late, but we're missing Paul, Darina,
Ellie.
Ellie.
Wow.
Freddie is not going to be able to make it. Paul,
Hmm.
Darina, Ellie. Who else am I missing?
Not sure.
Let me.
There's Ellie. Oh, it's Jesse.
Marie, we don't worry about breakout rooms. We will be handling all of that.
Yeah, but we want to do that in the Habitat meeting tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
we can.
I want you to teach me so that I can teach Abby.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll teach you after the
After
meeting.
the meeting.
Yeah,
That's fine.
we had like a system we came up with, and we're gonna hopefully see if it works.
Cool.
Mitch,
What's up?
why is there 2 of you?
There's 2
Yeah.
of me because that's part of the system we're doing. Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a very
crazy, man.
complicated system. But
Yeah, we tried to do a workaround because there is some stuff that we couldn't do. And we wanted to make sure we were still recording it because somebody asked to record it. So we wanted to see how we could record it.
See, that's what
best way.
engineers do.
So
find a solution to a problem.
Awesome. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Ben, I think we're still waiting on Julia just joined. I think we're still waiting on Paul and Tarina, right?
Julia just joined. We're waiting. Is Ellie in here yet?
Yes.
Ellie's in here. So we're missing Paul. Michelle will be late. And Tarina.
How many participants do we have right now? Not bad.
Jesse, how's it going? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Happy second week of classes, everybody.
For everyone who does not know, or you should know her name because she emails you all the time.
And you love it, so.
Yeah, right.
We love your emails.
Oh, thanks.
But so we invited Jesse Jesse Thomas, as you guys know, from Career Services. So thank you, Jesse, for being here.
Anytime.
Okay. So yeah, we're just missing Dorina, Ishel, and Freddie. We're gonna wait about 5 minutes for people to trickle in, and then we'll get started. Can everybody see see on the screen First Step UCF General Body Meeting? Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. I'm gonna take a phone call real quick.
So we got Paul's here. Yep. Cool. People are trickling in too. See some familiar names from past, like last year, which is cool. Hey Ben, all we're really waiting on is Dorina, right? Because Freddie's not coming.
Yeah, as far as
mentor wise.
Yeah, as far as mentors are waiting for Dorina, but I still want to wait 3 more minutes for people to continue to trickle in.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Dorina said that she can't make it because of her lab today.
Oh, okay. Joelle, to answer your question, so we're gonna slate it for it's till 7, but like if you need to leave like anytime earlier, you can leave earlier. We originally had it for like an hour is what we were thinking, like from like 5:30 to 6:30. But then we were like, if people wanted to still keep talking and you wanted still more time with like the mentors, you had questions and stuff, then you know anyone after 6:30 can stay till 7. And then 7 was like the hard deadline. So if you have a different meeting at 7, feel free to drop off whenever you feel comfortable to make that meeting by 7. Other things we need to join to keep updated. So the Slack is the main form of communication, but we do have an Instagram. The Instagram will post like meetings and stuff like that. But the Slack is where we're going to be sending like all the events that are going to be happening that we know of. With Jesse's help, Jesse sends out an amazing email that not too many people read, sadly. So we try to give that to you guys as well as along with other events that we know of through other RSOs around campus. And RSOs are registered student organizations. So yes, there is, to answer your question, it's Instagram, but if you're on the Slack, you'll get everything you really need from the Slack. Call if we have really. Yeah, so it is being recorded. And what Ben and I were thinking was the recording, we're not going to post the whole recording on Slack. We'll probably create like a YouTube, and then if they want to watch it, they can watch it on YouTube or something. Is that was the idea, right, Ben?
Yeah,
yeah. Kind of a big
uploading
file.
Uploading the whole video file is going to be a lot.
Yeah.
So
we'll send that link to the YouTube on Slack, so you can watch it.
Yep.
And the recording is going to be we're in the perspective of like one of you guys. As you can see, there's 2 of me. There's me with a professional headshot, and there's me here. So that is the recording's gonna go through as like someone who's like a participant is what we're gonna be doing, because the host, if it's recorded, would follow the host in the breakout rooms, and we don't want to do that. So then you can see all the mentors.
So I think think it's 5:35. I think it's time to get started. Um, so thank you everybody for joining us today. I hope my mic levels are good. Everything's good. Welcome to First Step UCF. This is our first general body meeting of the semester. In case you hear GBM a lot, stands for General Body Meeting. Congratulations on making it through your first week of classes already. This is where it gets way, way harder because syllabus week is over. And it's time to actually start getting to work. So without further ado, I want to welcome you and introduce you to all of the wonderful mentors that we have this semester. So these are the returning First Step mentors this year. So there's myself, mechanical engineer. You can go around, I guess.
And Ben, you also worked for Lockheed and Sandia.
We can go over that too. Yeah, I interned for Lockheed Martin my freshman year and Sandia National Labs during this past summer.
And we'll definitely have time for like questions about like if you're interested in Lockheed or Sandia when you get to Ben's the breakout room and stuff like that. Once we do those, you will have ample time to ask Ben all the questions about Lockheed or Sandia. So
if you don't know what either of those are.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to know what they are, yeah, that same thing. Thanks, Paul. So I'm Mitch, as you guys know. I'm an industrial engineer. I'm a junior, as you all know through that video and stuff. I interned with Titan America, who's a concrete company, my freshman year, and then went to Northrop my sophomore year. Marie, over to you.
Hi, everybody. So my name is Marie Bartnick. I am majoring in industrial engineering, just like Mitch. And the past 2 summers, I interned with Northrop Grumman in Palmdale, California. Your turn, Paul.
Hi, everyone. So just like Mitch and Marie, I'm studying industrial engineering, and I worked in the college work experience program with Lockheed Martin my freshman year. And then this past summer, I was interning with the Army in their like research and development.
Doreena's unfortunately not able to make it right now, but she is an aerospace engineer who worked before with Collins Aerospace.
Dorina also had a research position in her freshman year.
Yes, she also worked in I believe it was a silicon processing lab for like microchips. So I'm going to move over to the new mentors that we have this year. These are mentors that worked with us last year as mentees. We had the honor of helping them out the past year, and so they can kind of attest what it means to go through the same process that you guys are going through. And they've come back to try to help you guys. So Dylan.
Hello, my name is Dylan DeSoy. I'm a mechanical engineering student here, and I got into the CWEP program January of 2020. So been there for about X amount of months. Don't really want to count, but I'm at the Optical Component Center here at Lockheed.
Okay, hi, and I'm Ellie. I'm a computer science major. I'm a sophomore and I started at MITRE this summer, and I'm doing simulations and software engineering there.
So Ishel, I think she's going to be a little late or she can't be here, but she's aerospace. She's also a sophomore. She actually interned with me at Northrop this past summer. And yeah, so then over to Julia.
Hi guys, I'm Julia Lampert. I'm an electrical engineering major and I'm a sophomore. And I worked in the Center for Microgravity Research for undergraduate research here at UCF. And I'm still working there.
Awesome. Same thing with Freddie. Sadly, Freddie was also busy. He's computer science. He also interned with Northrop. As you can see, Northrop is very interested in like underclassmen, and so that's keep your eye out if you like defense. So going over to Janice.
Hello everyone, I'm Janice. I'm a mechanical engineer and I will be interning at Northrop next summer.
Awesome. So thank you guys for introducing yourselves. And like I said, these people are all people that worked with us during their freshman year and were gained a lot out of the program and wanted to give back to help you guys this year. So potentially after your freshman year, if you feel like you'd like to come back and help somebody else, if this program has helped you in any way, we'd love to see you back to help out the next class. So with that, a little bit about what we do. So you kind of got a little bit of this spiel before in the intro engineering lecture, but we'll go over it again. So what is First Step? Who are we? What does it mean to be part of us? So we were founded to fill the need to connect freshmen to resources on campus. So when I was a freshman, I got extremely lucky. I fell through the channels in life that put me to a path towards success, and I felt kind of blind luck in that kind of way. I felt that there was a lot of not cohesiveness in the way that resources are organized, and that if I wasn't so lucky, I probably would not be here today. So when I came back from my first conference when I was a freshman, I had come back with 4 or 5 internship offers, all thanks to a lot of people around me that helped me out and a lot of advice that came to me. When I came back, there was a huge idea that freshmen either were unable to get internship positions because they were inexperienced or they didn't have enough credits under their belt or whatever, or that they could actually wait till later on in their college career, that was okay. To address those 2 concerns, the first thing is that college is a place. I spoke to Rodrigo, one of the people in here right now, about this earlier. But college is not a place where you learn about, what you're going to be working for the rest of your life. As an engineer, you learn your math and your sciences and all of that stuff, but it's not stuff that you use every day. What you learn in college is you learn how to be a leader. You learn how to problem solve. You learn how to communicate. You learn how to learn. And so someone that's in a company is not really super focused on what classes have you taken, what experience you have. What they want to see is an ability to learn, an ability to get excited about a project and to show motivation and initiative to get into work. So that's one issue that people don't really realize. The second is the idea that you can wait. Engineering is a pretty competitive field, and it's a really great field to be in. But if you wait until your senior year to try to get ahead and to get an internship or to get a job, or you graduate your college degree with no experience, then you're going to be SOL. There's a lot of people competing for those positions, and it's really hard to look appetizing to someone when you don't have the same experience as another candidate does. So we formed this group 2 years ago now to kind of connect you guys to the resources and motivate you guys to understand why you should be getting involved in either leadership, internships, undergraduate research positions, and how you get involved. And we're going to be talking to you about that. So as you can see in our little graphic here, we want to act as a gateway to you guys, to all of the resources on campus, whether it's industry professionals, whether it's the CECS alumni chapter, career services, registered student organizations, or the ELI Squared, which is the Engineering Leadership and Innovation Institute. There's a lot of resources on campus to connect you to, and we kind of have our hand in all of them. So we want to help you guys connect with all the right people. I'll pass it over to Mitch.
Sure. So with that being said, it may seem daunting to some, but we will help you in any way we can. We were there before, and we get it. But yeah, the bottom line is we're here to help you. So as you can clearly see from our wonderful mentors that actually came back, the whole idea of this organization that we thought of was just be student driven. So, you know, we're going to be start as a freshman, then hopefully you go through us, you gain any skills and resources and direction from us that'll lead to hopefully some success, fingers crossed, but what you put in is what you get out for sure. And then once you get that internship or research position, then you'll have the opportunity to help someone out just like Ellie and Janice and everyone else that are returning can do. So that's the whole idea, is for it to be student driven, and it's just a bunch of people passionate for success that are helping each other out. And you know, we can even help you like with if you're confused about classes or something, or like really anything that's pertaining to, you know, it's your first year of college, you're trying to figure out, get your you know, feet wet, trying to figure out everything. So we've been there before, and we just want to help. And all the mentors are awesome people. We have a great team. So you'll definitely be able to find a mentor that you like, if not all of them, that you can connect with and you'll have. So that's all I got to say about that.
All right, perfect. So this is the rough draft of our fall 2020 schedule. We've got a lot of really awesome events. These are just the ones that are pretty concrete. We've got one of the great things that we really like about this club is that we get to connect you guys to some really cool people. So as you can see, there are a few speakers planned throughout the semester. Andres Vargas is a systems engineer at Northrop Grumman. We love Northrop Grumman here. They're great people. And he is someone who knows all the tricks of the trade about going through career fairs and career expos, and what it's like on the recruiting end, because he is actually a recruiter for Northrop Grumman. We have Mark Blue, who works with L3Harris. We have Kevin Stewart, who is his position changes every single year, but it's very high up on the business end of Northrop Grumman.
Yeah, he's in charge of like billions and billions of dollars in portfolio with Northrop Grumman and stuff like that. He's a good guy. He's amazing. Anyone who heard him speak last year, he tends to like ramble.
A little long, but that's okay.
A little long, but it's all good information for sure. So we definitely want to bring him back.
In addition to that, the events marked TBA, those are still general body meeting dates that we have marked out. So you'll expect a meeting just like this, but the information that's going to be delivered to those meetings is still being worked on. And the information in red are the kind of really vital events that we're trying to prep you for. So one of the big parts of this group, like we said, is trying to get people ready and excited about getting ahead with internships and undergraduate research, and getting a first step on their career. The internship fair and the career expo are both events hosted by UCF, where students go, and it's the same kind of any kind of career fair you see anywhere else, where there's a bunch of recruiters. You go in, you talk to them, they talk to you, and hopefully at the end of the day, a job comes out of it. I know it's going to be a little bit different with COVID. Everything's going to be online, but there have been some really great practices put in place to make this as seamless as possible, the transition. And a lot of people, a lot of the companies are prepared for it, but we're going to help you try to adjust for that, and hopefully you guys can get your internships there. The Great Minds in STEM Conference is a 5-day conference that's hosted by the Hispanic Engineering National Achievement Award Ceremony. That's it. And they...
it's called HENAC.
HENAC,
what you'll say, yeah.
and they offer another really big career expo that happens in Orlando. That one's also going to be online. While you do have to pay to go to the main event, which has a bunch of classes and networking opportunities, the last day generally has a career expo, just like the one that UCF runs, but it's free. So that'll be another really good opportunity for you to try to practice your networking skills, meet some new people, and hopefully come out on top with a position. So that's our schedule. In addition to any of this, we are also going to be hosting some other events and co-hosting some events with Career Services, which we're really excited about. And we're also potentially going to be doing some more events with Experiential Learning and Office of Diversity and Inclusion. So make sure to keep up on the Slack and the Instagram with all of those updates. And in addition, we will be posting in our Slack any kind of events or updates that anybody else has. You know, like I said earlier, we want to connect you guys to everybody on campus. We want to make sure that you have the resources necessary and anything that you need you have available to you. So every day, we did this last semester, or last year, every day we send out a message in our Slack with every single event that's happening on campus related to engineering. It's a lot of information, and there's a lot of stuff you can go to, but it's definitely really important to get involved and to get active. So we're going to try our best to make sure that you don't miss anything. Mitch?
So, yeah. So if you haven't already, we have been repeating it a lot. Join the Slack. There's a QR code, and join our Instagram too if you haven't. But as long as you have one of them, you'll get information about the meetings. But Slack is the primary one. So if you're on Slack, you're golden. Yeah, so just know that after the meeting, we'll actually be posting a Google form for you to, because the point of this meeting is to meet all the mentors, and then you'll fill out the Google form after, which is going to be sent out on Slack, and we'll post it in our Instagram bio. And you fill out the form, and it's just to get your information about if you're interested for our mentorship program. So make sure you're looking for that. Again, it's on the Slack. It's a Google form, and it'll be in the Instagram bio. So.
Now, this is one last thing, because we care so much about Slack, and we know that Slack is extremely complicated. The most important thing that we want to make sure you guys know is, when things are happening. So this is a really simple step-by-step to make sure that you have your messages, your notifications on Slack. So if you have Slack, take a moment real quick, 4 steps. Click on first step UCF, this little logo. Click on you at the bottom. Click on notifications and change your notification settings so that you are notified. Please do this. Please do this. If you are not notified, then you are not. You're not going to get any information. So please do this. Cannot recommend it enough. So now we're going to split out into breakout rooms so that everybody can meet the mentors we have this year, ask more questions about what it's like to be in an internship position or an experiential learning position, ask questions about what it's like being a freshman at UCF. All those questions that you need to know, we're going to give you time to ask. So we're going to split you guys up into breakout rooms with individual mentors, and then the mentors are going to rotate. Please stay in your breakout rooms. Do not leave your breakout rooms. Please stay in your breakout rooms. There's a button that says leave. Don't press it.
We're gonna rotate the mentors in after a certain amount of time. So we have 8 mentors, I think, that are here. Pretty sure.
Unless Ishel joined us, let me check. Ishel is not in yet, so yeah, so 8.
Okay.
So 8 mentors. over 60 minutes. So that means we're going to be rotating every quick math, everybody, engineers. 7.5 minutes.
Okay.
Do you have to use a calculator, Ben?
Listen, man, it's been a long day.
You're gonna learn that we need a calculator for everything.
That's why they're made.
All right.
That's why they're
I'm
made.
setting up the rooms right now to have one mentor per each room. So just give me 1 second.
Ben, I had a question.
Bye, Jesse. Great to have you.
Bye, Jesse.
Go
Bye,
ahead,
Jesse.
Alejandro.
Oh yeah. So how was did you have to go to virtual for your internship, or were you flown out to the?
I did have to go virtual for my internship. It was definitely different. It was not a bad different. They were really good about handling a lot of the stuff for the transition. I did end up doing some traveling for work. I can talk more about that later, because that's a whole
Full story.
story.
Ben. Okay. So we got Janice in 8, Dylan in 7, 6, and 5. We got
Lucky number 7.
Julia.
Sorry, everybody. The joys of living in the future.
Yeah, yeah. Bear with us. Paul's in 3. Ellie, I gotta move you to 4. Okay. All right. So Marie's in 1. I'm in 2. Paul's in 3. Ellie's in 4. 5. We got Julia. 6 is Ben. 7 Dylan, and 8 is Paul. Cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna open all the rooms now.
Right. And break.
So everyone click on your room, or click on join the breakout room, and it'll get you in your room.
Cool. Yeah. What about you, Mark?
Yeah, so my name is Mark. I decided to do civil engineering and mostly focusing on structural, and I'm just interested in, trying to network and communicate with others that also have the same interest as me. So yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Civil engineering is really, really cool. Yeah, they have like lots of cool bridges and houses. And ooh,
Yeah.
do you want to join Habitat for Humanity?
What's that?
It's a club where we build houses for people.
Oh,
So it's
really?
like, it's not like straight up civil engineering, but
Mhm.
it's kind of similar. It's really cool. There's a meeting tomorrow night if you want to come.
I'm interested.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'll put it in the Slack. Yeah.
Sounds good. That sounds good.
Okay. It's nice to meet you, Mark.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, your turn, Kayla.
Hi, I'm Kayla. I'm a mechanical engineer, but UCF doesn't have the major I actually want to do. So I want to get my master's in biomedical. And yeah, I come from a family of engineers, so kind of made to do this, I guess.
That's really cool. Yeah. So do you guys have any questions or I don't know, what do you guys want to talk about? Do you have any questions about internships?
What do they like expect you to know when you go into an internship?
So that's the great thing. They expect you to know absolutely nothing. You come in and they're like, oh, we know you're clueless. Let's teach you how to do this and that. So that I really like that about internships. Another nice thing is that they pay you, and engineering internships are usually paid more than the average minimum wage job. And sometimes you get to travel. Like I got to go to California. Mitch got to go to Utah. So you get to see a new place, learn new things. And you get experience in your field. So that helps your resume and stuff like that.
You're doing it. Oh, go ahead. You go ahead. Okay.
I was just gonna ask if you had a question, so go ahead.
If you're gonna do an internship along with like with your schooling, how are you able to like balance the two, considering like you're also traveling to California and like Utah?
So my internship was during the summer.
Mhm.
So both summers I took online classes, and because it's online, you can kind of do the work whenever you want. I would say you have to limit like how many classes you take. So 2 general eds or 1 hard major class.
Mhm.
So you could take American history, film, you could take calculus or recalculus or something like that.
Okay, that sounds good.
But I wouldn't take more than that because you're working 40-hour weeks usually. I know that if you have like an Orlando internship, they'll usually let you flex your hours so that you can attend a class live.
If you're mostly done with your gen eds, like what other classes do you tend to like take if you're already finished with most of them?
So I'm not too sure about civil engineering, but they have like a flow layout that you get from advising, and there's a ton of classes that you have to take in a certain order, and then there's a huge group of classes that you have to take, but you can take them whenever you want.
Okay.
So that's usually like matrix and linear algebra, physics 2, classes like that. So I would take one of those during summer.
Okay.
Unless you want to get ahead.
So for an internship, like there's that meeting on the 22nd, I think it was. Is that where you like present yourself and land an internship?
The internship fair, yes it is. So I'm not sure exactly how it's going to work this year because everything is online.
Right.
But I'm sure as it gets closer, we'll learn tons about it. Last year, you'd get all dressed up in a little suit or a nice fancy outfit, and then you'd have an elevator speech and a resume. So an elevator speech is like a 40-second little conversation where you say, "Hi, this is me. This is what I'm interested in. Tell me about your company.
Right.
Give me an internship." And then you hand them your resume and they keep it. And then you either get an interview or they put you in a pile.
Okay.
Would you guys like help us make our resumes and things like that?
Yes. So that is one of the things we do in our, first step, we put everybody in a group. So that's one of the things we do in our group sessions, in our mentor-mentee sessions, is we do the resumes and the elevator speeches and lots of things like that.
I have a question about the internship, I guess kind of the internship fair, but just internships in general. So how competitive is the whole internship scene, more specifically for engineers?
So the later you go into your major, the harder it is to get one. So freshman and sophomore year, you have to put yourself out there. You have to talk to companies. But chances are is once you've practiced a little bit, you're going to get a couple internships. So they're really important for getting full-time jobs after you graduate. When I'm walking around in career fairs, people like seniors, I've never had an internship. All they have is a GPA. They've never been in any clubs. They've never had any experience, even outside of an internship, like no undergraduate research, no study abroad. All they did was go to class. It's really, really difficult for them to get a full-time job. Where if you've had one or even two, it's pretty easy. There's a statistic for all, it's not specific to engineers, like all of UCF, and I think with one internship, it was 60% more likely to get a job within 6 months of graduating, and with two, it was 80%. So, does that answer your question a little bit?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
How would you get internships, like if people like weren't at the internship fair that you were interested in? Like, would you just like email the company and be like, hey,
Apply
I want
online.
an internship?
So applying online is really great if you have a good GPA. But when you apply online, you lose the personality factor. So when you get to go to an internship fair, if you have a lower GPA, it's easier to get an internship, I think. And then you get to have hi, look at me. Like, it's more personal, where you lose that personal aspect when you're applying online. But both are great. So if you're really bad, I don't think any of you all seem really nice and fun. You're all talking to me, so obviously you're all good at it. But people that are very, very introverted usually prefer to apply online because they don't have to talk to people as much.
And I have like a weirdly specific question. I
Okay.
have blue hair. I know you can't tell, but it's blue.
That's
do
so cool.
companies- Do they care about that?
It depends on the company. Some companies do. A lot of companies like it. It depends.
Okay.
What were you majoring again, Kayla?
Biomedical. Well, mechanical right
Biomedical?
now, but I'm interested
Okay.
in biomedical.
Very cool. Okay. I think it just kind of depends on the company. But how you present yourself is important. So I think as long as you're dressed up, like in business clothes, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Do you guys want to see the plane I worked on this summer?
Yes.
Okay. Here. This is a real bad way, but that's the jet.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Crazy.
So I got to manage my very own Global Hawk, which was really cool. So I got to work with different support teams, an organization, and manage a jet and learn about the cost center and all that kind of stuff, and run meetings, and it was really, really cool. But that's something that I got to do in my internship.
I have a question.
Yes.
Going into the internship and coming out, do you feel like there was a lot of growth in your choice of career, your experience?
Absolutely. So when I started college, I wasn't even sure about industrial engineering. So I was like, I want to get an internship and make sure that this is something I want to continue to major in. That was my goal. That was what I wanted to get out of it. And then I really, really liked it. And not only did I choose yes, industrial engineering is what I want to be in, but it helped me decide, because industrial engineering is very broad. You can do a lot of different things, and you can do sales engineering with it. You can process improvement. There's so many different things, different sub-disciplines in that major. Right. And I got to be exposed to many of them and do little projects in all of them. So it helps me figure out what I do like and what I don't like in the major.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
I have a question about the academic side of internships. What would the what would you like? I don't know if you would know this specifically, but what would you say like the average GPA for an intern would be?
I don't know. I know that if you have above a 3.5, that's amazing. You can do whatever you want. And if you have above a 3.0, you have a pretty good chance. Like you'll be fine. And if you have a below a 3.0, it's a little bit more difficult. You're going to have a harder time. So I think a 3.0 is a line you don't want to cross.
But like, if we're trying to get internships as freshmen, they don't really have a GPA to look at. So
Yes.
what do they look at?
So you still have, did you guys take any like AP or IB classes?
Yeah.
So that's on your college transcript. So they'll see those.
Oh.
And yeah, but it's okay. And then they'll also they might generally ask like how you're doing in your current classes and what classes you're currently taking.
So they do like a background check of like your previous classes, even in high school?
So when you apply online, you have to submit your transcript usually.
Okay.
So they won't see all of your they won't see your high school transcripts, but they'll see anything that carried over. So any dual enrollment, AP, IB.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
course
Like
load, yeah.
your AP testing and stuff like that.
But that'll all be on there.
Would dual enrollment like count for? Ooh,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go. You're good.
Okay, Ethan, go first, and Kayla.
So, do you think that people who have, or for more specifically freshmen, people who have more college credit, as in like dual enrollment, AP, and all that, do you think they would have a better chance at getting an internship, or is it all?
I don't think they're really gonna care because they're like for my internship, they didn't see that until after they had given me the job, like a job offer. Like it definitely helps, but I don't think it's a determining factor. I don't think that's not something to be worried about.
Okay.
You know, it's something to add to your resume if you want to. It's something that can help, but that's not a yes or no question for an internship. Is that like don't stress about it.
Okay.
I have another. Oh, you go ahead.
Also,
so if you did like,
Okay.
no, say what
Okay.
you were saying. And then
Okay. Okay. So Benjamin Davis is like one of the founders of First Step, and he has a really great way of explaining what to put as your GPA. Like, because you guys don't have one yet. So he has a really great answer for that I'll make sure he shares with you guys later. But yeah, go ahead, Kayla.
So if you have like dual enrollment credits, because like super weird situation, but I already have my AA, would they look at that?
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's weird. Would they like use that as my GPA to look at? Like, could I just kind of shove that over and be like, hey?
So on your resume, you'll have like UCF, and then the school you went to for your AA degree, then you'll have your high school. So put your GPA.
It was my high school that I got my AA at. So like,
it wasn't like a community college joined with your high school?
It's a high school on a college campus.
What school did you go to?
College Academy.
Okay. So it was kind of like a charter school?
It's a public school, but like,
okay,
it's on Broward College. Like, so it's on a community college, but it's like their high school.
Okay. That's a good question. I would put your high school. Well, do you still have like a college GPA and a high school GPA, or is it merged into one?
I have separate ones.
Then put both of them on there.
Okay.
Okay. Or you can choose your higher one.
They're the same.
Okay. I would put both of them on there.
Okay.
Plus, it'll fill up your resume more. Okay, I think we're supposed to be moving, so you're going to talk to another mentor. So, hope you didn't get too sick of me. But, does anybody have any other questions? No last questions before we get cut off?
I have one.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So you're good, you're good. So how did you like prepare for, introducing yourself and like communicating with the interviewers, Because like I myself, like I communicate a lot, but I'm still kind of shy when it comes to like, people that have roles.
It's just scary. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So practicing a lot. So I did a practice interview with Career Services, and then I got my resume critiqued a couple times by Career Services and my friends. And I think I joined Society of Women Engineers, and they had professionals come in and they would look at your resume. So I did that. And then, Career Services has opportunities where you can practice your elevator speech. I kind of just went up to companies. I was like, "Hi, I don't have an elevator speech. This is what what I've been saying. What do you think?" And they would critique it for me at like career fairs. I don't know if that's the best thing to do, but that's what I did. And there's a lot of practice interview opportunities that we'll send to all of you guys throughout the year. So just practice and research the companies before you go.
Thank you.
That's huge. Yeah. Anybody else? Oh, I think we're getting cut off. Hi, Janice. This is Janice. She's really cool.
Hello, Marie.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. What's going on? Are we switching?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, hello everyone. To introduce myself again, I'm Janice. I'm a sophomore mechanical engineering major, and I will be interning at Northrop Grumman as a vehicle engineer in next summer. If you guys have any questions that Marie hasn't already answered, I guess.
Did you say a vehicle engineer?
Yeah.
So like what aspect of?
It's mostly it deals with both aerospace and like land.
Right. Okay, that's cool.
Anything else? If not really, then what experiences have you guys had so far? And is there anything you can help with? I'm also a part of so I do have some knowledge in that aspect. But
So did you say you interned at Northrop Grumman, or you're interning there?
yes, I will be interning. I actually didn't get like my into Northrop Grumman until like this spring. So I will be interning next summer.
Okay.
You guys have any questions about the process, or like I guess just online now since everything's online?
Prior to the fair, the internship fair, are we gonna be able to see like a list of the companies that are gonna be there?
Yes. There's going to be a Handshake link. I don't know if you guys already checked out Handshake now. Basically, that's where the event will be posted, and they will have a list of companies that will be there as well.
Okay.
Are those the ones that like sent to your emails?
Yes, they will be like career services really like they typically send out these emails and stuff. So actually like just today you could have probably gotten one of those emails about the career fair like preparation weeks and stuff. So yeah, just be on the lookout for those.
Okay.
And also if you guys want, yes, you can download the Career Fair Plus app. That's where we have to eventually sign the Any questions?
Did you find like internship opportunities outside of just the career fairs?
Yeah, typically a lot of companies actually they do have online applications, and I typically did that and I applied through that. And you can also always apply to stuff like CWEP where you don't have to go to those internship fairs to apply. Online application wise, you can find them like just through Googling them. So I found ones through Googling and also Handshake when you create an account through them through UCF. And you can find stuff like from SpaceX to like even like the smaller companies, the smaller aerospace companies, and you can apply through that. And they typically have like an app on just like an online application link that you can click on, and you would submit your resumes and anything else that they request.
I have a question about CWEP.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what exactly like is CWEP for like people like us?
Okay, well, so CWEP, the College Work Experience Program, is basically a partnership with UCF and Lockheed Martin, where basically you get a chance to work in the industry with Lockheed Martin people, and here. You have to like submit an application through like this one UCF like the CWEP program UCF link, and essentially you just like do like if you get accepted, so you have like you get put into a database of like millions of applications probably, and Lockheed Martin managers will essentially pick and choose and find who they think is interesting and stuff, and then they would then contact CWEP, and CWEP would then contact you. So CWEP is like that branch with UCF. So they will contact you, and you can also find more about them on their website. It's like you can just do career.ucf.edu/Lockheed and then -Martin. Basically, CWEP is just like a consecutive summer semester, like not summer semester, consecutive 2-semester long program, and you would be traveling to Lockheed Martin. Mostly, it's the International Drive location in Orlando, and you just like work there. I've heard that people also work while they are doing school, so it is possible.
So I know the last person said that her internship was over the summer. Are most internships over the summer, or does it just depend?
Honestly, it depends, but I feel like most, especially the ones I've like seen and applied to, are during the summer because you get a chance to take a break essentially by I don't know if I can say if it's a break, but like it's a break from school and you would be working full time for them. So like in that sense, it's easier. It's typically like, I feel like it's typically easier even for us to like do summer internships compared to ones that are semesters like fall and spring semesters. But fall and spring semester internships do exist, and yeah, they do exist. So
I have a question.
Mhm.
So if you don't have, like experience at all, like what do you tend to put on your resume because you don't have that, experience?
Okay, I got you. Freshman resumes typically like we have like not much to put on, but
Yeah.
if you usually like even if you have small projects that you worked on by yourself, and that you feel like have significance to you as a person, and like you gain some experience through it, you can put that on your resume. And usually it's more of a starting point for, especially, I don't know now that with it's online, but especially for in-person like recruiting, they see your resumes and they really mostly scan it. They don't read all of it. So they scan it for like anything important or like anything that like catches their eye. And what is most important is like you can explain why you put it on your resume, and you can explain why it's of significance to you, and it can essentially help back up any interview questions or questions they have about you. So like if they ask questions about like, oh, what was something that basically like asking you to explain how you overcame a challenge or something, or how you work in teams, you can always like point to your resume and like give an example in that sense. And like now, even though we don't have that, like you guys don't have that much experience at this moment, you can just put like the small projects that you have worked on and are of significance to you.
So when
And
it comes to
oh yes, continue.
so when it comes to projects, like like it has to pertain to like engineering and that branch of, you know, experience wise.
I mean, I don't really. Have you done any projects like that are?
Well, not really pertaining to engineering, but like I've worked with teams and like collaborated.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Gotcha. I would say it's a case by case basis. Depending on what you have so far, you can put it in, or you don't have to. So it just depends on like, well, we'll look over your resume with like the mentor that you will be assigned to. We'll look over it and just help you in that sense. But it's okay if you don't have experience now, I promise, because it's fine, especially through even though it's on even through intro to engineering and stuff, you'll be able to like gain some experience in that sense by working in teams and going through this online, like strange online thing. So always make sure to find an opportunity to grow in that sense. So don't take that stuff, even though it might seem like tedious and not that like, I guess, great in general. Don't take that for granted.
I have a question. So, say if you did get a internship your freshman year, is there like possibilities that you could intern at the same company 2 years in a row, or is it okay?
Yes, you might have to reapply, honestly, but you can, and maybe even like your manager that you're under will like be able to help you reapply and get a better chance at getting it the second time around. But yes, Marie, the mentor before me, did intern at Northrop both times for the past 2 summers, so it's possible.
Thank you.
Anything else? If there's nothing else, I guess I want to ask you guys, is there anything that you guys are looking for in First Step, and like what you feel like you need, I guess, the most work on or help and assistance through us?
Resumes for sure. And just like knowing how to like go through an internship.
Got it. Is that all? Resumes? Honestly, though, same. Me, I agree. That was my like big point when I was a freshman too. It was rough.
I mean, it's also just kind of like how the actual engineering classes will go and things like that. Like when we get to solid mechanics and dynamics and things like that, it's like, how is that going to work? Like, especially if you're taking it like at a time when you would have an internship, is that even possible to take those high level classes and still work like a 40-hour work week?
That's true. That's true. It's all about balance, honestly. So it really like you can take these first few semesters as a gauge, even though like it's the easier classes. You can always take it as a gauge and to see how you work in this environment before you like choose and select. But it's possible. So it's not something to be afraid of in that sense.
So for the actual, I guess, interviews, or not really interviews, but like, I guess the career fairs, do they ask you like what type of questions would they ask you at like career fairs, or do you just have to answer all those like with, I guess, your statement or?
So typically at career fairs, there are a lot of people and recruiters meet a lot of people. So you might not have a lot of time to really go through like them asking you questions about you. They might like if you hand them your resume, they might, you know, just scan it real quick, and if they catch something, if something catches their eye, they might ask you about it. Usually career fairs is where you do your elevator pitch. So you basically introduce yourself to the recruiter in like a really short amount of time, and basically market yourself to them as to like why, in a sense, that you are interested in getting a position, and like how you're capable of it. So it's more of a like elevator pitch to the recruiter usually, since it's a very short amount of time and there's a lot of people.
So after like career fairs and stuff, if companies are interested in you, how do they contact you?
You usually have your email or phone number on your resumes, or you can also, like, if they do like an online, like if they add you through their online database and stuff, they can contact you through that means. So always important to also check your emails. That's something you'll learn in college too. Anything else before we switch, I guess? Or we're just waiting? Well, I mean, I guess, how have your first week been in your first semesters? Good?
It's been okay. My physics teacher isn't that great.
Oh my gosh, physics. Agreed, I feel though. It's okay, you got this. Anyone else? First week?
I was like waitlisted on the classes I wanted to take, so I'm having to move them to next semester.
No, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I can't even take calc or physics or chem this semester.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I know. So next semester might be a little rough.
Fingers crossed for you. It's okay, you got this. You can do it.
I have a question about your internship, like from the time you started to, like weeks in, like, did they like guide you, like hold your hand at first? Like, I just feel like I'm not equipped with any knowledge of what I want to go into yet. So.
Okay, so I haven't done my internship yet because I'm doing it next summer, but it's okay. Typically, all internships, they give you, like, you're under a manager, but you're also given like a guide. So like kind of in a sense like a mentor, and they help you through that process. And if there's things that you don't know, they teach you. So it's okay that you don't know it. Basically, as long as you have like your basics and stuff down, they can teach you. And if you're willing to learn, that's all that matters, really.
All right, thank you.
And make sure, I guess, just a cherry on top, if you will, you can always start learning or like practicing your CADing skills. It doesn't have to be crazy, but it's just something that, like, I guess, you can put on your resume as well, because you can put skills and stuff in your resume. And it's just something like you can take note of, and just something you can practice before you go into the industry. And it might help you in your internship. So.
Is there any good CAD programs that you recommend?
Mainly UCF works with SolidWorks, and a lot of organizations have SolidWorks workshops. So you can look into that, or Autodesk, and they do like Fusion 360 is a pretty popular one as well.
Hello.
Hello, Dylan.
They moved me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be moved soon, so don't worry.
Everybody say bye to Janice. For
Bye,
the next
Janice.
few minutes, she'll be
See you,
here
Janice.
awkwardly sitting there.
Yep. Thank you so much, though, everyone. Hopefully, you
Thank
guys
you.
will join.
Oh,
She's been
there we
muted.
go. How's everybody liking the club?
Pretty
It's
chill.
Cool.
good.
All right, you guys are talkative. I like that. My last group, they were pretty good, but they weren't as vocal. First off, want to start out. Any questions? Fire away.
Are you in FSAE or whatever it's called?
I sure am.
I'm interested in that club.
Hell yeah. I don't know exactly where to get the information on it. Let me try to find that while somebody else asked me a question. Oh, I did work at the CWEP program, so if you're very interested in that, feel free to ask me a question because I'm good at helping people with that.
I'm not familiar with what that is.
So the CWEP program is the program with UCF and Lockheed Martin where we can gain work experience over there whilst pursuing full-time at UCF. Right now I work at the Optical Component Center as a manufacturing engineering intern. Basically, my department, what they do is they manufacture all the optical components for most of the stuff Lockheed Martin builds or makes and sells. So my department's in charge of, streamlining processes and making sure not everything breaks at once. And yeah, do a lot of CADing of fixtures to hold stuff so that they can be machined. And just general, manufacturing practices, stuff like that.
How hard is it to like have an internship while still doing school?
So at least with the CWEP program, they give you a cap at 25 hours a week. You can't work past that, hour-age. It really depends. It depends on the person. For me, it's actually pretty nice because you get to see what you're learning in school applied in the real world. So it's very interesting. It also depends how much homework you get. Obviously, with online classes, all you're gonna get is homework. But during regular school year, I had some pretty tough classes during the spring semester. Before we got sent home, it wasn't bad. It really wasn't bad. But yeah, it also depends on the person and what classes you're taking. Because if you're taking like thermodynamics and structures and mechanics and stuff like that, you have your work cut out for you. But at least for a newer person, it's not bad. Oh, I'm actually going to share my resume so you guys can ask me stuff that's on there. Can y'all see that pretty good?
Yes.
Yeah, we can see it.
All right. Any questions about clubs or experience? Because a lot of stuff I've been asked is experience with internships.
Do you feel like you gained experience in what you want to do? Because I'm interested in the same thing, motorsports.
To be frank, no. I haven't learned a lot of stuff about motorsports, or I've learned stuff about manufacturing processes, and
Right.
I'm actually very interested in manufacturing and test engineering.
Yeah.
That's what I'm interested as a engineer. I've learned a lot about manufacturing, which is something I studied in high school. So that's pretty cool. But stuff like how car performs, you're really not going to learn that in most internships. You're going to learn that at FSA is a pretty good place. If you get an internship at a place that deals with automotive, parts, of course you're going to learn stuff about that there. It really depends on what field you go into.
Okay.
Because
So with your SolidWorks and mechanic skills, do you have a certification for those? Like, do you have the professional certification or the first certification?
I have associate. I was about to get professional, but I passed two parts of the professional exam, the assemblies and part, and I couldn't pass the third one, which was like the iterations.
Yeah, I
SolidWorks.
failed my professional one, so that's why I was wondering.
Yeah, it's very difficult. That's something very good on your resume. That'll make you stand out really well. Do I not have my SolidWorks? Oh, I do have it up there, dual enrollment. And don't be worried if you don't have a lot of experience. It's not hard to gain experience in SolidWorks or, modeling, stuff like that. Really not hard. Join FSAE, AIAA, the other 600 clubs UCF has to offer. You gain experience in no time.
Do you know any clubs for civil engineering that I can possibly join?
That's a very good question. I don't know the name of it. If you walk out in front of the engineering building, they have a bridge.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
That's the club. I don't know their name. I know where they're located because they're right behind the formula shop. But other than that, I don't know their name. I wish I could tell you the name. I'm sure if you ask in the Slack, if you're in the Slack,
mm-hmm.
somebody will be able to give you that answer. But yes, there are clubs for electrical, industrial, civil, every engineering discipline. There's a club for it. Any other questions?
Do they have CNC machines like on campus and 3D printing machines?
So they do. I haven't been given access to it yet. I'm hoping I do soon. If you walk in the engineering building and look straight, you can see the I think it's the Texas Instruments Innovation Lab. And directly to the right of that, they have the forgot the name of it, but it's the machine shop. So yeah, they do have that stuff on campus. Are you interested in manufacturing?
No, I just know how to use them.
Okay. That's sick. Hell yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
how do you get access to them though? Like, do you have to be like an upperclassman?
So no, in the past, they changed it last year. Before that, the machine shop was owned by the mechanical engineering department, I think it is. And they kind of just let, whoever go in there. But the research side of UCF got a hold of it, and they're very strict about who can and cannot work in there. So it's harder for freshmen to get in there. At least to work on, the nice big machines. I'm trying to get after hours access because working, going to school from 7 o'clock in the morning, having to leave at 12 to go across Orlando to Lockheed Martin and having to get back by around 7, I can't really work during the general hours that the machine shop is open. But yeah, they if you can get in there and show that you're not just another kid just trying to work with the big machines, that you know what you're doing. Yeah, Clarence in there, he's a really cool guy. He's very knowledgeable. I want to get to sit down with him one of these days and talk with him again.
And do you have any tips on how to get research, like undergrad research experience?
That I do not know. I know a lot of the other mentors may have the answer to that question. I don't think it's hard. From what I understand, it's pretty much almost about asking. If you want to, though, I don't know what you signed up for on your FAFSA for, but through your FAFSA, you can sign up for what's it called? Oh, it's gonna bug me. Work something
study?
About work study. So if you can get through work study, you can work in the machine shop, whenever. I didn't have work study, that's why, I didn't work in there. But yeah, that's your fastest route if you want to get in the machine shop. It's very good experience in there. Very, very knowledgeable people in there. But yeah, as far as research, I'm not too familiar with research. That's a good question. I'd ask that in the Slack after the meeting if you are still curious, or another mentor can answer the question. Any other questions? How about you, Nathan?
Yeah. So for the CWEP, how does the application process like work?
Yes, very good question. So, when you are eligible to input your application, all the applications go into a giant pool of applications. So it doesn't matter whether you put in your application today or 2 years ago, they're still in there. You can update your resume inside there. It doesn't really change your place, but you know, what it does is it kind of sorts them roughly of where you can be of assistance to whoever is looking for an intern. So then all the hiring managers, let's say a CWEP leaves, or they're ready to take on a CWEP and teach them what happens in their general section. The hiring managers say, all right, we pull 10 resumes, we read through them, we call each person, they do interviews. I was lucky and they only did a phone interview. So they called me up and asked me a bunch of questions. I do have experience with other interviews, and I can go over that a little bit later. Or they might have in-person interviews. It really depends. But yeah, they pretty much just pull from a giant pool of people. I did have another internship lined up at a Mitsubishi Hitachi Power Corporation, whatever it is, and they build they build turbines for geothermal and nuclear plants. And I was about to get an internship there, and when I went for the sorry, I have a brain fart right now. Interview. It was a three-person interview. They had three interviewers and 3 interviewees. That was very interesting. And right after we left, 3 other people came in for the same interview. So there was a total of 12 people for one position. That was very interesting. They had a lot of cool. It was more for like a hands-on position. It was for what do they call that? It was for like fixing the machines when they break. The whole internship was about fixing the EDM, CNC machines, the plasma cutters, all the whatever machinery they use there. It was about fixing whatever broke. And then after that, I think they could move you up to more manufacturing roles. But yeah, they had a lot of really cool questions, a lot about experience. One question, looks like we're going to change soon. One question they asked us was, what was a dessert we'd give them and why? One of the kids answered with like this really long answer. The other kid answered with a really long answer. And I didn't even know the name of my dessert. I just said cannoli. That was what I wanted, but I couldn't get to the name of it. And they're like, why? I'm like, it's good. That's pretty much the reason. I don't know exactly what they were looking for in that question, but I think I nailed it because they called me 2 days after I accepted Lockheed Martin and said, hey, you want to come work for us? And I was like, too late, guys. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. Very, very cool interview. Never been through something like that. But yeah, any questions before I leave, before they kick me out?
How did you prepare for your like interviews and internship, networking?
Interviews, make sure what's on your resume is what you can actually do. The worst thing you can do is lie about something you said you can do and then not be able to perform. Because they're gonna find out immediately. There's no point. And if you lie about what's on your resume versus what you can do, you know, they're less likely to teach you versus if you come and you're like, hey, I don't know how to do this, but I want to learn. Uh-oh, they're moving me. But yeah, if you guys want, send your resumes over. We'll be able to critique them through the Slack. If you're not in the Slack, somebody will give you the QR code. I don't know where it is. I've no. Oh.
That's me. Goodbye, Dylan. Hello, everybody. Thanks for sticking around so long. I know it's getting late now, but my name is Benjamin Davis. I am the president and co-founder of First Step UCF. My experience before, I currently work at UCF's President's Leadership Council. I used to be the external chair for the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. And my work experience, I worked for Lockheed Martin Skunk Works as a freshman in California. And then this past summer, I worked for Sandia National Labs, supposed to be in California, but they ended up moving it remote because of COVID. Any immediate questions?
Did you move out to California for your internship for that summer?
So let me tell you, this is something that a lot of people don't really understand. The term intern kind of gets faded with the idea of like, like, you know, I'm gonna go get coffee. I'm gonna be a subhuman employee. Internships in engineering are not that. They're kind of the best thing ever. When I was a freshman, I got my internship at Lockheed Martin Skunk Works in California. They paid for my flight there, my flight back. They paid for my rent the whole time I was out there. They gave me $500 a month for food, and then they paid me $24 an hour to work there. It's a good deal. And you're gonna get that kind of deal at most engineering companies. You know, obviously if you're in Florida and then like the place you're working is like 2 miles down the street, they're not gonna pay for your rent. But if you're traveling, most of the time they're gonna pay for you. And I think a lot of people don't really realize that. I've never seen an engineering internship that was unpaid. If you're doing it wrong. Because there's a lot of really, really great opportunities and really lucrative opportunities to be made while doing it. It definitely beats flipping burgers over the summer.
So as an intern, do you do like what the actual engineers do for, you know, their everyday job?
Yeah. So when I was in California, my first internship, I did a lot of work in a rapid prototyping lab. So we worked with the technology called stereolithography. It's a resin-based 3D printing process that comes up with really nice parts. So when I was in that lab, I spent all my time. People would send us their prototype designs to be printed out. They would send them to us. We would make sure that it could be even printed properly. I would set it up on the machine. I would let it run. I would take it off, finish it, cure it, sand it, paint it, ship it out. On top of that, you know, as an engineer, when you're in one of these big companies, you don't have one job. If you have one job, generally the stuff that you have one job comes down to unskilled labor. You know, if you're only doing one thing, you're not really doing enough. So when it comes to that kind of stuff, the stuff that real engineers do, they're generally juggling 4 or 5 tasks at one time. So while I was doing that kind of day stuff, you know, as it came in and as it needed to get done, I took on a few other projects. There was the system that we used to load our carts for big radar cross-sectioning tests, where we would take in like a whole plane and put it into a chamber to get tested for radar cross sections. The cart in there was really, really dangerous. So I spent a couple of weeks coming up with a new solution to fix that problem. And after like a few weeks, conceptual design review, a bunch of CAD models, and an assembly guide, I had it. And that was done. You know, a lot of engineering is problem solving, and you're never just going to be in one job. But so yeah, you definitely do real work.
So how did you like interning at Lockheed?
I loved it. I really liked Lockheed. They're a really great company. They've got a lot of really great opportunities in a lot of different business sectors and a lot of room for mobility too. If you don't like what you're doing in one department, you could pretty easily move to another one. I actually did that my like second week working there. I joined on to this team, realized that I hated it, and then talked to my manager, and he transferred me to a team that I really liked. So I think it was a really good opportunity. The only reason that I didn't go back was because internships are kind of an opportunity to learn, right? To learn about different business areas, to learn about different engineering types. So I transferred out of Lockheed Martin and worked for Sandia National Labs, which is a nuclear weapons laboratory. They focus on, you know, the preservation and advancements of nuclear weapons. So that was a really interesting change, and I really liked it. So I definitely would encourage you, if you find something that even if you find something that you love, like to try other things, because you could find something you love even more. And if you did a good job, the door is always going to be open for you. Kayla, I know you have a question.
Are you involved in any like were you in undergrad or research, or do you know anything about it?
I do. So I have very famously joined 2 different undergraduate research positions and then immediately left them because I realized I hated them. They're very easy to get into, or very easy to become a part of, and they're super valuable. If you find, so a lot of the things that I tell people to do is to walk down the engineering building and read some of the posters that you see down there. If you see something that interests you, you can really just go up and email the professor, either walk into the professor's office or email them saying that you're interested, and they will help you. They will give you the channels to help you learn. So like I said, I joined a additive manufacturing lab on campus that works with metal 3D printing, SLM and SLS. And I thought it was interesting at first, but then I went in and it seemed really tedious and didn't fit with my schedule, so I left. And then I joined a modeling methods and computational analysis lab, which is a lot of programming, a lot of like fluid mechanics and, you know, kind of differential equations type of stuff. And I thought I liked it, but then after a few weeks I got really bored, so I left.
I mean, how would you get one like now though? Because we can't like really go walk down the engineering building.
Well, so there's actually it's actually kind of not as true as you think. So I walked through the engineering building today. It's open. You can go in there.
Okay.
Just wear a mask.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no problem. So I invite all of you to go do that. In terms of actually getting involved with the research, I know it's a little bit harder now. You know, people don't want a lot of stuff in their labs, a lot of extra people in their labs because it's a whole hassle for them because of COVID. What I'd recommend to you right now is if you find something that you really like, message them for more information. You know, just, you know, if you tell them that like, hey, I'm interested, and you read about it, and after they've sent you a whole bunch of technical papers and, you know, sciencey garbage, if you're still interested in it, then email them back and say, hey, I read this, it was super interesting, can I come into your lab? And most people will just give you a tour. I've been on a bunch of lab tours. Yeah, undergraduate research wasn't for me, but it doesn't mean that it's not for everybody else. I know a lot of people that are really successful in doing it.
Do you recommend joining any engineering clubs?
I highly recommend joining engineering clubs. I hope that one of them is First Step UCF, and you continue to ask questions and work with a lot of our people, because I think that our club is one of the best ones on campus with no dues. But I definitely recommend joining engineering clubs. When I was a freshman, I would not have gotten anywhere near as far as I did now if I didn't join the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. You don't have to join a club because you meet their demographic. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if this camera does it justice, but I'm not Hispanic. Very white. But when I grew up in Miami for 20 years, and I really love Hispanic culture. It's the food that I grew up eating. It's the language I grew up speaking. So definitely go into whatever you're involved in or whatever you're interested in. There's a lot of projects we had, a lot of really great networking opportunities. Sometimes there's scholarships. It's definitely get involved as much as you can. In fact,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, so I major in civil engineering, and focusing on structural, hopefully. Like, do you know any clubs that would focus on that, subject?
Yeah, there's American Society of Civil Engineers. They're really cool. I know the president. She's a wonderful lady. And they do a lot of really cool stuff. They do a lot of project-based stuff, actually, which is really nice. So if you're looking at structural stuff, they have concrete canoe, concrete bowling ball, steel bridge. So they do a lot of structural loading stuff. There's American Society of Concrete Engineers that does, I'd assume, more of that. But yeah, we post out a list of, so every day, we said it earlier, we post all of the events that other RSOs and other things are happening around campus. So definitely be on the lookout if you're interested, if you're even slightly interested in any of them, go to their meetings.
That sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah. It looks like we're starting to move, so if we keep on talking and I get cut off, sorry. Oh, Julia's here.
Hey.
Julia, I have cut you off and seen you move so many times today.
Oh, he's gone. What's up, guys?
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Everyone. I'm Julia. I'm a sophomore and I'm majoring in electrical engineering. And I had an undergraduate research position at the Center for Microgravity Research. You guys have any questions or anything? You all question out from the other ones?
Yeah.
So he said that we could do undergrad research just by walking up to a professor and asking.
Yeah.
So could we do that during fall and spring? And then I heard that the internships are usually over summer.
Mm-hmm.
So could we add that research that we're about to do to our resume? Or
that you're about to do?
I don't know when you submit your resume, but I was wondering if we're about to do research now and then as we're about to apply right before summer.
Oh, okay. So you're saying so the scenario is you've already talked to the professor and they've already given you the job, but you haven't started it yet?
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Put that on there before you go to an intern thing. No problem. Bye. Yeah, anything else you guys have questions about? School, classes? No? That's okay. That was me last year. I literally... Huh?
How many physics classes did you have to take through so far?
Okay. So in high school, I took AP Physics C, Mechanics, and E&M, but I got 3s on those exams, so it didn't count for anything. Yeah, I know, right?
Sucks.
I know. So I took Physics 1 last semester, and I'm in Physics 2 right now.
Is that with the calculus?
Yeah, it's with calculus. Yep. Anything else, you guys? I don't know. There's only 2 of you guys in here, so I feel like,
Yeah, the other 2 left, I think.
yeah. Okay. No other questions?
Not really.
That's okay. What are you guys' majors?
Civil engineering.
I'm gonna go into mechanical engineering.
Cool. I'm electrical.
I'm debating between mechanical and electrical because
Oh,
I want to
really?
work with cars, but it's like a lot of cars are going electric. So
Yeah, that's cool. I like Elon Musk, so I'm totally for it. My dad's actually an electrical engineer, so that's kind of like where I get the math from, I guess. I don't know, but
yeah,
he, yeah, I like electrical stuff a lot, like circuits and electronics.
yeah.
I have no idea how to code though, so that sucks. But other than that, electrical is cool.
How's your internship experience, or if you've done it already?
Yeah, so I didn't do an internship. I had an undergraduate research position in the Center for Microgravity Research that was in the physics building. But for me, I started out in the spring of freshman year, so literally just like in January, I started, and because I was the newbie, I just kind of got all the work that people didn't want to do. So our experiments, or the experiment that I worked on, basically we had a vacuum chamber and we had like sand or metal or like something at the bottom of it, like metal balls, not like just plain metal, but we had stuff at the bottom and we dropped it 15 feet. What I had to do was I went through and I watched the video of the drop, and oh wait. I tracked the sand particles.
That sucks.
Yeah. But now, going into this semester, I'm starting to design the electrical hardware that we put into the experiments and into the vacuum chambers and everything. So I'm doing cooler stuff now.
So you can just approach like a professor and be like, hey, I'm interested in helping, do a certain research.
Yeah, literally. I kind of lucked out with mine though. So I'm in marching band, and last year we had a program called Band Buddies, and it's where they pair you up with somebody that has the same or a similar major to you. And my band buddy was a year physics major who was a lab manager and was like, hey, you want to work at this lab? And I was like, yes, please.
That's really lucky.
Yeah, so he was just like, okay, email the professor. So I emailed her and I was like, hey, I know Tyler, he sent me here. Here's my resume. Can I please work for you? And she was like, yep, come and meet me. So literally the next day I went and I met up with her, and then the next day I started working. And
so
I know that, yeah.
So you have to like send like a resume and like a background check basically for them to like accept you.
Well, she didn't really ask me to send in my resume, but I brought it just in case, and I like sent it to her just in case, because you never know. But there's not a background check, I don't believe. They just know that you're a UCF student. I mean, I feel like a background check would take more than like a day to do. I don't know. But yeah, other professors, they really want people to work for them. Like, they don't want to do the work, so they want people to work for them and do the work, which is fun because then you get experience and you meet new people. Yep.
So how do we know if they want, like, if they need help? Like,
you just ask them.
Okay.
Yeah, you just ask them if they have any open positions or if they're willing to like have anybody else work with them.
Like, do you have to have like previous knowledge of what they're working on, or?
No, I had no knowledge whatsoever, like at all.
So you, okay.
I knew that it was the physics lab, and I knew that it was microgravity because it's called the Center for Microgravity Research, but that's all I knew.
And they like help you and like advise you and like this is what you should do and stuff like that.
Yeah, they did help me out a lot, but they kind of just like, after they showed me how to do it, they were just like, okay, do it. And I was like, okay.
Dang.
Yeah, but it got easier as I went on because, I mean, you can still ask them questions and everything. So it's cool. It's fun. They have a vacuum chamber that has stickers that makes it look like R2-D2. So pretty cool. Yep. Anything else, you guys? No? Okay, I kind of figured. You guys interested in anything like other than, okay, Mitch just said he's moving the mentor soon. Yeah, so I was literally in your guys' position last year. I joined this club as a freshman with literally no experience at all with anything. And my mentor really helped with like looking for research positions or like with my resume. Oh my gosh, this club helps you out with your resume so much. It's great. My resume is like up there now. But yeah. And we did like socials and stuff. So my my group and my mentor, we like went mini golfing and like did other stuff. We got ice cream. I don't know. And also this club is great if you want to like just have help with classes or anything, because I used to ask my mentor for help with like Calc 3 or anything. Mm-hmm.
What was the math that you took into coming into freshman year? Was it Calc 1 or Calc 2?
Calc 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that's actually a long story. So let me explain. So in high school, I took Calc BC as a junior, but I got a 3 in the exam. So it would have only counted for Calc 1. But then senior year, I was on the my school's Calc team, and I actually went to states. And so I talked to my first year advisor, and he was like, oh yeah, go straight into Calc 3. Like, you should totally do that. And I was like, okay, bet. So I went into Calc 3. And then halfway through the semester, my engineering advisor was like, actually, you can't do that. And I was like, but like I even talked to the dean of the math department and everything, and he signed off on it. And so I went into Calc 3, and then the engineering advisor was like, oh, you can't do that. You have to retake Calc 2. So then I took Calc 2 in the spring. So I went Calc 3, then Calc 2, and I'm in differential equations.
That's crazy. This is a weird way of like doing your classes.
I know. It was awful.
But did you enjoy your classes though?
Yeah, and actually I had the same professor for Calc 3 and Calc 2. So he saw me go backwards, and he was like,
what are the teachers that you recommend for Calc 2 and Calc 3?
Personally, I think that not taking a professor, but taking like a grad student as a teacher would be better, because it's like, I don't know, I feel like they're more hands-on, I guess, because I know people that were in Calc 2 and 3 that had really bad experiences, but I did not have a bad experience.
How do you know which ones are grad students based on?
Okay, so when you're looking for the courses online, it says staff instead of like having a professor's name. Staff. That's what it is.
Okay. So instead of saying instructor, it's staff?
Yeah, instead of having like the instructor's name, it just says staff on it.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't have a name for the professor at all.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw that in one of my classes, I think, and you're just like, I don't know if I was gonna do that one or not because it didn't have a teacher.
Yeah. Sometimes I recommend having like the staff teach it, and then sometimes I recommend having like the actual professor teach it. But I don't know, for the calc classes that I took, I really enjoyed like having the the graduate student teach it.
Are they still a grad student right now?
I have no idea. He might be. I don't know. What are you in Calc 1 or Calc 2 or?
I'm in Calc 1 right now. I got a 4 on my Calc 1 for AP like last. So they were like, we recommend you to take Calc 1 again. So I was like, okay, I'll take it again. Because like right now it's just all review to me.
It's gonna be all review for you the entire time.
But there's like still some bits and pieces that are just like, oh, I didn't know that, but it's fine.
Yeah, I get that. I didn't take Calc 1 in high school. I just went straight into BC.
How is that possible?
I don't know.
For AP?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the class before you took BC? Like you just have regular pre-calc?
Pre-calc, yeah.
And the Winster. I didn't know you could take you can skip like a whole AP like prerequisite to a BC.
Well, BC is Calc 1 and Calc 2. So first semester would be all of AB, and then second semester would be Calc 2.
Oh.
So I just wanted to take it shorter.
Okay.
Yep. And it like kind of got me like ready for Calc here, I guess, because it's a lot quicker than AB was, I believe. I don't know. Anything else, you guys? How's your day been? How have classes been going?
Not too bad.
It's good. Yeah, I had a lot of homework.
Not really.
I have.
Yeah. Wait, so in your coursework, like what's your classes right now?
Right now, I'm in Physics 2, differential equations, engineering, computation, and analysis, which is just a programming class, basically. Humanities, which is just a gen ed, and then band. Yep. Did you guys do summer classes at all?
No. I had a lot of credits carrying from high school, so I'm not really taking that much gen ed classes right now. I'm just like finishing most of my other stuff, I guess.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me too. I mean, I like taking gen eds with my engineering classes though, because it's just like a pillow to fall on, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was just like. It's good to have like not having these many gen classes, but now I can't really do easy classes now.
Yeah. Hey again.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm Ellie. I'm a computer science major. I'm a sophomore. I was in first step last year as a freshman, but I'm a mentor this year. What are you guys' majors?
Civil engineering.
Mechanical engineering.
Oh yeah, that's cool. My sister did mechanical engineering. She just graduated from USF like in the spring, and she works at like Lockheed now. It's a lot of math. I could not do what you guys do, but great major. So a little bit about my internship experience last year was I interned at MITRE, which is a research and development company. It does federal research. It's a nonprofit. It operates entirely off money from the federal government. And I work in like a little small team doing validation testing for software, which is basically like creating software that will test that other software works. Like the Army can create their own software and then use our software to test it. That's a lot of saying software repeatedly, but yeah, that's basically what I do. It was virtual this summer. I do all my work virtually, and I continued on working during this school semester. I work part-time now still with MITRE. And yeah, I got this opportunity at the internship fair last year during the fall, not the internship fair. I got it at the career fair, which is the one after the internship fair. That's more focused on like companies hiring new grads rather than internships, but there's still a lot of companies that are hiring like for interns there. And I talked to a recruiter. I got my first interview in like a month after the career fair, and then I went through like 5 more interviews during the spring and the fall before I got my offer in it was in like April. It was kind of surprising. I think a lot of people get their offers during the fall semester, but yeah, it took a little longer because I went through a lot of different interviews. You guys have any questions specifically? No, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm sure y'all have been through a lot of different rooms by now.
Yeah.
So how's y'all? Are you guys having a good day? Like the club?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. What
Actually,
classes are you taking? Oh, sorry, keep going.
yeah. So you know, so there's a like internship fair and also a career fair in fall. Is there something like that in the spring?
Yeah, there is. A lot of companies just their summer hiring is already done by the spring, so I think the fall fair is really, really important.
Okay.
But there's still opportunities during the spring fair. Like I'm sure MITRE was still doing interviews during the spring because I didn't get my offer until April. Yeah. So what classes are y'all taking?
Well, I was supposed to take like my physics class and my calc class in my first semester, but I was waitlisted, so I didn't get to take them. So I'm taking a lot of my other classes that'll satisfy the GEPs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like random classes that have nothing to do with my major right now. But
yeah, that's okay. Don't worry about it. GEPs are still really fun classes. And you guys, if you keep your GPA up, I'm pretty sure you get like priority scheduling. I don't know if it happens like after your first semester, after your second semester, but you can register if your GPA is above like a 3.5 for priority scheduling, and then you can avoid the wait list. So a lot of classes. So that's really cool. Yeah, you get to priority scheduling is like you get to register for the spring, the fall, and the summer all at once. Like during when you register for fall, you can register for all the semesters. Yeah, that's really good for avoiding wait lists.
yeah.
Yeah. Calc and physics are kind of hard at UCF, so it's probably good not to take them online.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. On the right side of things. But the rest of y'all, what are you taking?
I'm taking Calc 1 right now. I took Calc 1 last year, but I got a 4, and they were like, you should get a 5. So I just decided to retake it.
Yeah, it's I feel like they really just want your money when they say stuff like that. Like you
Yeah,
have
I
to
was just like,
retake it.
it's okay.
Yeah, I mean UCF calculus it's I feel like it's harder than
Yeah.
AP calculus, but yeah, that sucks. So who's your professor?
Rashid.
Rashid? Is
Yeah.
he the Russian one? Does he have like a really thick Russian accent?
I think he's Arabic or Indian. I don't
Oh, okay. Yeah, I only know. I had Kyle Trainer for calculus. He was a great professor, but yeah, I don't think I only know him and the really Russian professor for people who teach calculus. But yeah, UCF calculus it can be like really conceptual, but yeah, it's okay in like the long run. If you got like a 4 in AP calculus, it shouldn't be that hard. it's the same material, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
What else did you say you're taking?
Chemistry for engineering, and I'm also taking intro to communications and intro to engineering. But that's it.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay to have a really easy freshman year schedule.
Yeah.
I had no classes that were hard like my first semester. I just went to a lot of career stuff in my free time. I feel like that's a good strategy also. It gives you a lot of time to focus on like applying to internships, doing interviews, you're not as focused on classes. So that's good. You guys like UCF? So far it's only been 1 week, but I know it's all online, which kind of sucks, but
Yeah.
It's chill. Well, hopefully we can get back to the actual campus.
Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely. Your campus is like really deserted right now. Are y'all on campus or?
I'm on campus.
I'm off campus, but I still want to like visit.
Are you that far from campus or?
Well, right now I live in Jacksonville and I'm moving this weekend, so I'll live like 6 minutes away from UCF. But
Yeah, there's still, campus is really deserted. It gets really crazy usually. But right now it's like there's nobody here. It's really sad. I'm in a dorm, but yeah, it sucks that y'all are starting college and all of this, but spring will be better, hopefully. And there's still a lot of ways to virtually get involved. You guys are here, so that's really great. Sorry, y'all, I've talked to a lot of people. I feel like I have too. It's been like an hour we've been doing this. Oh my gosh. Sorry, oh my gosh. I can't think of any more questions. You guys are doing good, right?
Yeah.
What were your majors again?
Civil.
Civil. Okay, I asked that, didn't I? I'm sorry.
What was the most?
You can go.
Oh, what was the most asked question that you got?
I think I've gotten a lot of really different questions, but most of them haven't really been this. I don't think I've had the same question twice even, because a lot of people are just curious about different things. But it's good. It's good. I'm sure the questions I got asked to a lot of people before they saw me, so they didn't ask me the same questions. Sorry, you can ask now if you had a question. Justice?
Did you do an internship already?
Yeah, I interned
how
at
was that?
MITRE. Sorry, what'd you say?
How was that?
Oh yeah, I interned at MITRE this summer. I did simulations and software engineering. I worked with a team of full-time employees. Like I was just their only intern on their team of about seven different employees, and they just kind of like gave me an intro to their work, and I worked on some of the smaller things. I got to like sit in on all the meetings. We did agile style workflow, which is I think it's a computer science thing, but it's just like it's just a development cycle, having like quick development cycles, and there's a bunch of different meetings to it. And I got to sit in on a lot of that. I got to get my first real like professional environment. Yeah, and I got to talk with sponsors sometimes too, which is really cool because I'm doing my company's a federal research company. We have all of our money comes from different sponsors, which are basically different branches of like the military, different people who handle funding in the military. So sometimes I got to like talk to them, hear about like what they expect in a project, what they want. Yeah, I really liked it. I did it all virtually. They did a lot of different events still virtually, which was really cool though. Like we had the internship Hunger Games where all the interns joined like different teams and they joined like different teams and we did a whole bunch of virtual scavenger hunts and stuff. And my team won the internship Hunger Games. That was really great. And there was like trivia night. I'm getting lunch with all my coworkers on Friday, which is nice. I haven't seen most of their faces because I've been virtual this whole time, so that's a bit weird, but overall, I really liked my internship. I feel like I've learned a lot.
How are you able to balance your internship and your academics?
So I pretty much kept the same schedule because I worked full time in the summer. So I did about 8 hours a day from 9, like, I did 8 to 4 actually, but during the semester I went to part-time work, but I've kept the same hours with like working on schoolwork, homework from 9 to 5 still. And basically I just like attend classes, do homework during that time, and I also do like 3 hours of work. Just I can do like 2 hours here, 1 hour there. I can do like 1 hour in between classes. I have a lot of flexibility with my scheduling for MITRE because it's all work from home, and I have to log my hours just like whenever I want to work. Anytime in between like 7:30 to 4:30, I can just work anytime in there for any sort of like length I want. So I just kind of from 9 to 5 every day work on either classwork or my work. And then once that's over, I just don't do anything related to work anymore, schoolwork or classwork, any of the above. And I just kind of like chill out for the rest of the day. And I think having that sort of schedule is really good.
Also, the whole thing with significant figures was
Everyone yell listening to a lecture on significant figures.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Oh, that's okay. Oops, sorry. Are y'all in other clubs?
I'm thinking about joining SAE.
I don't have the PDF.
SAE?
Yeah, it's an engineering club.
I actually don't know. Where'd you guys get
The
That's
motorsports.
really cool. Oh, they do motorsports? Wow.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. What about you, Mark? Are you in any other clubs?
Well, I'm interested in FSA, the Filipino Student Association, but I also want to get into, some type of civil engineering clubs, but I don't really know of one as of now, but I'll search up like later on.
I think there is, and even if there isn't, there's like general engineering clubs. Like I know SHEP is Hispanic professional engineers, but pretty much anyone can join, and they have a lot of really great opportunities for any type of engineering. But yeah, I've heard good things about the Filipino club too. My friend Ashley did it her freshman year, and their events, they put a lot of effort into a lot of their events. They
Yeah.
seem really fun. I'm gonna go get some water. Sorry, I'll be back.
It's going on a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah. Do you know how long this ends?
I don't know. They said like the cap would be like 7.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like 7:40.
7:30.
I feel like I asked all my questions already.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a new one. I'm just like, oh.
No, yeah, it's understandable. The meeting was supposed to end at 6:30, so
Yeah, it's like 7:35.
yeah, y'all can leave if you want. Honestly, you don't have to stick around. If you've asked all your questions, that's
Yeah.
good. That we've answered everything.
All right, I'm gonna head out. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the club.
All right, thank you.
Bye bye. Hi, I'm Ellie. I'm a computer science major. I'm a sophomore. I was a freshman in First Step last year, and I'm a mentor this year. I was Ben's mentee. I'm sure y'all talked to Ben. He's the president. He's a great guy. He was a great mentor. And yeah, my internship is at MITRE, and it's a federally funded research and development company. And I'm a military contractor. I do development of stuff for the military. And right now I'm working on making validation tests for the Army in like my little team. I have a team of full-time employees I work with as an intern, and I just kind of pick up whatever like little project I can do. I sit in on all of their meetings. I help out with some of their stuff, just like a lot of anything they sort of assign me. But yeah, I do validation testing, which is basically creating like the software that tests if other software is working. Like when you click this button, does it display the right value? I'm making like automated testing that'll test other people's software that they've developed. And yeah, it's been all virtual during the summer, and I continued on during the school year. And yeah, I really like it. I have a great team. I have a great boss. I got my internship through the career fair last year on campus, talking to the MITRE recruiter. And I went through like 5 or 6 interviews during the fall and the spring semesters last year before I got my offer in I got my offer in like April, like after the school year had ended, which is kind of weird because most people get their offers back in fall because fall is kind of like the recruiting season. But yeah, the internship fair, it's a great resource. Definitely. I got most of all the interviews I got were pretty much there. You guys have any questions?
For the college fair that you went, is that the one we have to pay to go?
Are you talking about the career fairs?
Yeah, the career fairs, yeah.
No, none of them are paid. Or sorry, none of the ones the school puts on are paid. I went to the UCF career fair. The ones he's talking about that are paid are usually in association with a conference. And those conferences, I think for the one specifically he's talking about, you only pay if you want to go to the conference. The career fair after is free, and it's all virtual. But for the conference, they have like industry speakers, they have classes, they have just a lot of things related to engineering. And if you want to go to those, you have to pay. But the career fairs are all free, I'm pretty sure.
When's the next career fair?
I think it's at the end of September. It's mid or the end of September. It was on the slides that he had, or I can look it up for you real quick.
I think it's on the 22nd, but I'm not completely
22nd?
sure.
No, that sounds right.
Are you guys gonna post it on Slack?
Yeah, it'll be posted.
Okay.
You will not stop hearing about it because we really want you to go. It's a great resource.
So you go there and you just like bring your resume with you and like hand it to companies?
Yeah, basically what you do is you should like research what companies you want to go to before, like what fields are you interested in, what companies actually will hire freshmen, that sort of stuff. Just research that. And then once you have like a list of your companies you want to go to, if it were a regular career fair, you would just kind of show up there during the time that's open, like stand in line until you get to talk to a recruiter. But with it virtually, I think you schedule appointments now they have like a career fair app, and you schedule yeah, you get to pick like a time slot where you can talk to a company now, I think, and I'm not quite sure how that's all going to work. We'll have more information later. But yeah, you give them your resume usually, and then you have a sort of elevator pitch, which is basically you're selling yourself to the recruiter, and your elevator pitch should just be about like, what are your good qualities? What experience do you have if you have experience? Like, what are you looking to get? Like, what sort of experience do you want from this company? Like, if you know they have like multiple if they have like multiple fields, like Lockheed has different departments, you can say like, oh, I really like Lockheed because I like your department that works with like airplane design. It's just a lot of basic information about you that we're telling yourself to the recruiter. And then generally, if the recruiter likes you, they'll ask you some more questions. Usually doesn't take too long. But yeah, you can ask the recruiter questions. They can ask you questions, basically anything you want to know about each other. And you should really try to leave a really good impression on the interviewer and all that. Yeah, it's definitely more involved than just giving them the resume, but the resume is a really good start.
Yeah, because like when they ask for like what skills I have, like I don't think I have like any special skills, you know? Like imagine I'm talking to like someone from Lockheed Martin or something. Like what skills can I tell him I have? Like just like using Excel account or something like that?
Oh no, okay, well, using Excel definitely counts. Like you can put that on your resume if you're like good in Microsoft Office, but you can sell yourself definitely on just like soft skills. Like don't think of always just hard skills. Like you can tell them like, I'm so passionate about engineering. I really want to work really hard at it. And I love math. I love this field. I love that field. I like doing this. I'm in this club. And I think for freshmen, selling yourself on like how motivated and how excited you are to work is really one of the best things you can do, because there's not really that experience there yet, but you can really show that you're better than maybe the more qualified candidates because you're just so like motivated. And even if they have to take some extra time to train you, you're gonna give them like that time back just in like the quality of work that you do, because you're so excited, you're so motivated, you really love this, I think that's a really good quality to sell yourself on for freshmen getting internships. Yeah.
Okay.
And definitely you can pick up different skills like at clubs. I think engineering clubs, they'll do like intro to AutoCAD. I'm not an engineering major, so I don't know the exact things, but there's a lot of programs that engineers use that these specific clubs relating to your major will do like introduction, how to use them, stuff like that for. And then when you talk to a company, you can talk about that as some of your experience.
Okay.
What was your major again? I'm sorry.
I'm computer science.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going into computer engineering, so yeah, I kind of need someone in the same field because all I really heard right now was like IE or like, mechanical.
Yeah. Computer science is more software than hardware, but I definitely I have friends that are computer engineering, but they still do like a lot of programming. So I can help you if you're interested in any of like the programming parts of it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. and I know there's for companies that do a lot of computer engineering, I know like Texas Instruments hires a lot out of UCF, but yeah, it's kind of extent to the knowledge of what I have specifically of computer engineering. There's there's clubs for it though. There's a computer science, computer engineering Discord that's really big. If you want the link to that, yeah.
Yeah, my class made one for one of my computer programming classes, COP 322 3C. They literally made like a whole Discord just for
Just for the class? There's also
yeah, just for the class.
There's the computer science Discord has channels for every class each semester, and those channels are usually like used pretty heavily. If you want link to that, I don't know if you do or not.
Yes, could you?
Yeah, let me find it. Because I don't have the link on hand, but they post it on the UCF Discord a lot. Sorry, one sec. Yeah. Hold on, it's expired. 1 second. Okay, yeah. So I think that link works. But yeah, and then if you go to the bot channel, you have to register for COP 3223 with whatever professor you have. But yeah, then there should be a class channel in there. And I think there's also, there'll be other computer engineers there. If you have any questions you want to ask, there's like an industry channel where you can ask for like career advice and stuff.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. This is our last rotation, so I hope you guys had fun. You like the club a lot. And you like UCF a lot too. It's your first week of classes. It's really great. Yeah. But we're gonna head back to like the big general channel, I think, after this, and he's gonna do like a quick wrap up or something like that.
How are we gonna get to the Google Forms?
He's gonna post it in the Slack, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, he'll definitely post it in the Slack. Eventually, no, probably will be in he'll probably go over that in the main channel as well. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Oh man. All right. So I'm very sorry that it ran super long. You can blame me. I was the technical difficulty. I didn't want to quite cut everyone off in the beginning, so I kind of let it run a little longer for each thing. But then as we went through the sessions, I started being more strict and ruthless and cutting it off. So if you got a mentor in mid-sentence and then they left, that was me. I did that.
Putting a bad name for Broward.
Sorry, Mark. God.
For Broward?
For Broward, dude.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So thank you guys for being a part of our first GBM.
It sounds like there's some heated debate out here, and
Well, Broward, we have a Broward gang.
Broward gang. Right. Yo, 954, where you at? That's what's up.
So,
whoa.
This was great. I really enjoyed this. Thank you guys for staying please fill out. We're gonna post. Ben, can we post the?
Yeah.
Can you post that Google form in
Yeah.
Slack? And then also, if you
Let me do that
like
right now.
Instagram better, then it'll be in the Instagram bio as well. But make sure to fill that out. Again,
But
sorry.
also follow the Slack.
The Slack is the main thing. Follow the Slack. Yes. Ben gave a fantastic presentation about turning your notifications on. So turn them on. Look at them. But that is really all we have. Any of the mentors that are still here, any closing things quickly so we can let everyone go?
Yeah, send me your resumes. I'll look at them.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Well, okay, let's calm down. Oh shit. I already
Once we get into our mentor groups, I was telling everyone this. Though you have one mentor, you have basically everyone at all the other mentors at your disposal, because we all work as a team. And if there's any question that I don't understand that's mechanical or anything like that, I'll go to one of my other mentors. So essentially you have all the mentors at your disposal, even though you have one, but we're going to try to pair everyone to according to the results that we get on the Google form, and also your major as well. So we'll probably we'll prioritize your choice. Like if you said, like, you know, I really want to work with this person, then we'll prioritize that. If not, we'll put you with someone who's a mentor that's in your major. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
Sounds wonderful.
Cool. Fantastic. And the recording will be on YouTube. We will also send that to you on Slack. So be on the lookout.
Are you gonna send the form through Slack, you said?
Through Slack, yes.
Okay.
And it'll also be on the Instagram bio if anyone wants to go on Instagram. So, but yeah, thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you next time.
Have a great night, everybody.
It's your boy.
See you guys.
Thank you.
954.
Never got to see you, Dylan.
Is there
Mitch's fault?
I'm sorry.
Mitch.
Can you teach me the
What's wrong with you,
background thing?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, here, Marie. Call Mitch. Or here, Mitch.
Yeah.
Marie, can or I don't know.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Talk,
Don't worry.
talk to
about it.
Mitch.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Marie, let me call you on Zoom. Let me
Okay.
just